What's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to hopefully sort out my plier drawer, so we'll just have a little look at that as it is at the moment. So this is the plier drawer at the moment. It's got a fair bit in there, and what I want to do is rack these out, you know, because you take one out and it's just a bit aggravating. So yeah, so today's little project is a DIY plier rack. Now I was going to buy there's a rack that's essentially the same one. You can buy it from, there's a company called ML Tools or Plyworks. They pretty much sell the same rack, and I think you get about 30 pliers in there. The problem that I have with that is that it's just too high for this drawer. So I can't actually fit that rack in there. Now I could buy it and bend it, but in this country I think the cheapest I found it is about 25 or 30 pounds. So I don't want to spend 30 quid on something and then end up having to modify it anyway. It kind of defeats the object. So what I have done is found a vegetable rack. Yep, that's it. Would you believe it? It's made by a company called Beldray, and you get four of these sort of shelves, which are a good finger thickness apart in terms of the slats for putting the pliers in. So now get this open, we'll have a look at that. I've borrowed my son's sheet metal bender that goes in a vise, so I'm going to use that to bend this up and make a plier rack. So we'll see how we get on. Okay, so this is what we got. Essentially, as I say, it's like a vegetable basket shelf thing, and there's 4 tiers to that. But these are a good width apart for putting a reasonable size grip plier in. When I was looking around for what I was going to use to build the plier rack out of, I thought about wire dish racks, or things, what else I think about? Cooling racks for cakes and things like that. The dish racks are okay, but it wasn't really what I was looking for because they tend to be sort of shaped nowadays. And the cake cooling racks, the gaps between the wire was too thin. So if we just get a couple of, that's probably a fairly chunky handle plier. So yeah, so in terms of being able to be held in the rack, that's works out brilliant. I think, however, I might be chancing my arm with these ones, but yeah, they'll just have to go on the end. The smaller side of it will go in there, but the bigger, chunkier grip on those vice grips are going to cut it. So yeah, there we go. That's quite a thick one as well. Is that going to go through? Yep, see, that goes through fine as well. So in terms of the spacing of wire, ideal for what I want. Obviously I've got to bear in mind that the highest point of the rack has got to be underneath, or sort of the height of this shelf, so you know, the wall of this shelf drawer or whatever. So yeah, I've got to bear that in mind, otherwise I'm going to end up making a rack that's too high to begin with. Okay, so I'm going to start making the bends now. Now this drawer is 2 1/4 inches deep. There's a little bit of height. Oh, get the camera back to where we are. There we go. And the drawer has got a bit of height between that and the top of the next drawer. So if I do the bend at 2 1/4 inches, then that will give me maximum height on the rack without it fouling the top of the drawer underneath. So, so that's going to be the bottom of the rack there. and then we'll bend there at about a 45 degree. So to get a straight line, what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure 6 1/4 to there. In actual fact, I'll tell you what I can do, I could use the guidelines of this cutting mat, and that will give me a straight line there to bend on for the metal blade. So by the time that's bent, that'll be about 2 1/4 high, I reckon. Clamp that in there. So interestingly, with these jaws, they do move around a bit slightly as you're clamping. Okay, so one thing to consider there, I'm probably perhaps did that a bit too quickly, I don't know, but the plastic coating on it has split off there. I think that's just sort of part and parcel of the you know, making it yourself before it's, you know, you would bend these and then powder coat them and you wouldn't have that issue. So before I bend any more, I'm just looking, I mean, if that was sitting flat in the thing like that, I mean, that lives in there quite happily. Let's have a look at these ones. That lives in there quite happily. That lives in there quite happily as well. So this is the thing with making custom things. You've got to sort of work it as you go, and you've got to find what best works for you, really. Right, so let's put this in here. It is going to take up a bit more room. Obviously, if they're bunched up, then you know, you're going to get more in there. But what it means now is I can take them out without having to mess around moving all the others out of the way, and they live in their respective places quite happily. So all in all, I'm pretty pleased with that. So I've got another 3 of these left over, so I'm going to make another one in exactly the same way to go along here, and then we'll continue to just loosen that off there. And then I've got all my circlip pliers and hose clamps and things like that. They can go in there as well. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. I think that's pretty cool. I mean, when you think that that rack on its own, when I can make 4 of these, that actually cost me £2.50. So yeah, really pleased. So let me know what you think in the comments. If you've got this tool chest and you want some exact measurements for where the bends and that are for these, then let me know, and I'll get those over to you. As I normally say, see you on the next one. Bye for now.